Welcome back, guys. Today we have the new car day. Looking forward to it. This car has been in the pipeline before the C63, before all of them. But like I said, I wanted it in this specific colour because they're pretty much impossible to find. So I found one, I've got it, and we'll show you it. But before we show you it, it's going to stay with us. It's not for sale. It's not like we've bought it, we're going to tamper with it or anything and then stick it straight on sale. I've actually bought it with the intention of keeping it and see what we can do with it. It's a modern day car, so it's there's a lot to be learned from the car. So for example, there's other things that have already been developed, stage 1, 2, 3s from, but there is other things as well that are in the pipeline, so we'll see how far it can go. So yeah, let's go over to it, come on. So this is it, Audi A3, no normal Audi A3. It's a 2-litre TDI Quattro. So I said to you, we want something with traction, and we've got it. So this is gonna be the C63 killer, hopefully. I'm joking, I'm fucking about with you. Come on, let's go. I'm only having yous on. Right, I'm only joking, right, look at it. Look at it. E63S, 2019, absolute beast of a car. This channel is coming across as very Mercedes biased, but we're not. We only review the best. That's why we review Mercedes. I'm joking, that's very biased, that is. Dylan, cut that shit out. I had one of these a year ago, didn't have it very long, bought it with the intention of keeping it because I was really excited about seeing what the 4-wheel drive, the new 9-speed gearbox feels like. I got offered silly money for it very, very quick, so I sold it very, very quick. That's basically the be-all and end-all of it. However, in the 2 or 3 weeks we had it, I couldn't help myself. I did stage 1 map the car. So I got it's like 720, 730 horsepower, absolute beast. Put the power down. 0 to 60 is about 2.9 in a 720 horsepower car. Standard about 3.3, 3.4. 612 horsepower, 850 newton meters of torque. You can't really say much more than that. Factory this is factory figures. 4-wheel drive, press the button, becomes a 2-wheel drive. I did it once, and I lost about £600 in about 15 minutes because the tyres were shedded to bits, so I'm definitely not doing it again. Yeah, so I don't really give a shit about the 2-wheel drive thing. We've not bought it for 2-wheel drive. The C63, we will back next week, hopefully. That's going to be 2-wheel drive, and that's going to be our toy. This is going to be to see what is capable and what we can do with these cars based on the power, how well they put them down, how well they drive. Really good spec, stupid low mileage. I think it's done about 15,000 miles. Got the upgraded 20-inch alloy wheels. It's got the double pan roof, comfort seat, so heated, cooling, massaging, adaptive headlights, AMG performance exhaust, which does sound better. Night pack, it's got a night pack on it, so black wing mirrors, D-chrome around the whole car, saves me spending money to get it done. So I bought the one that I wanted, and the biggest thing, and the reason why it took me so long to find the car is the colour. The colour is called cabin type blue. Not very many out there. I've seen a few, but they've all done 40, 50k miles, and I don't want to get something with that high mileage on to do what we're planning on doing with this car. It's an absolute beast. Full make history, 1 previous owner. It's just a nice car. Just a quick walk around. I love the colour. I know some people might not like this colour, and some people might say, I'll get a white, I'll get a black, I'll get a blue. Just to let everyone know, a very good friend of mine works at Mercedes. You order a white one, 6 months waiting list. The black one, there's about 8 months waiting list, and for this colour, there's about 1 year and 4 months waiting list. Give you an idea of why they're so rare. I'm not saying it's the best colour out there. The reason I'm saying it's rare is because people just don't want to wait that long to get their car, which I get, but I'm happy to wait because I've finally got it. With it being a 2019, it has got the facelift steering wheel, so a lot of people don't actually know that they do a facelift. To be honest with you, it looks no difference apart from the steering wheel. It's a very lazy facelift from Mercedes, to be honest. 2017, the car was launched. 2019, they put a new steering wheel in it, which is in all the new Mercedes, like S-Classes, GLEs, G-Wagons, all the same steering wheel. So literally all they did was put the new steering wheel in it. There's a few little things that they've done mechanically, not to do with power, but just not sure, to be honest, damper settings and things like that, but nothing major. Your 4 exhaust like you expect. These are the square exhaust, not the round ones. Obviously on the C63 previous generation and whatnot, the oval ones. The CLS63 we reviewed last week, that had the square exhaust. This has got the same. So there's literally a button that's pictured with an exhaust on it. You can turn it on whenever you want. Driving comfort, soft suspension, soft steering, quick, easy, soft gear changes, but a loud exhaust. Perfect, absolutely perfect for town driving. The interior, right, there's 2 different specs in this. I will talk about it more when I get in the car, but they do AMG performance seats, which is what my last one had on. This has got the comfort seats. To look at, the AMG performance seats are the ones you want, personally. I love them. The only thing I didn't like about this car, but I need to finally get one and stop being so picky, was the seats. However, sitting on them, using them, I prefer them over the AMG performance seats, 100%. No one can see them in the car anyway, so it defeats the purpose. However, you're driving the car, and the most important thing is if it's comfy or not. The suspension on the E63S, I thought was a bit hard. With them seats in, it feels okay. The suspension is definitely no different, but because the seats are more comfier, you don't feel the road as much. But yeah, definitely a massive upgrade. We're gonna head off to a drive because I am fucking freezing. Can't wait till summer. You'll see me here in my Speedos, doing fucking reviews in my Speedos.
Nice. A few inches later.
Yo, the car's gone off, I've got no keys.
You got what, sorry? You got no keys?
2019 E63S beast. There's not really much more you can say. I think Mercedes have took it in a completely different direction to compare to what they normally do with Mercedes AMGs. They're normally crazy, undrivable, and they're made just for the pure show of it, the sound of it, and not really the drivability of it. However, game changer. That's what this car is. This car is a game changer. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if you're an Audi fan or a BMW fan. I'm not comparing it to them. I'm on about other Mercedes AMGs that were launched before this. This car is a game changer. Fact. Right, the four-wheel drive, game changer. The fact that you can put it to two-wheel drive, you've still got the stupid Mercedes personality the car's always had. 4-litre bi-turbo engine. Right, engine, I'm not the most sold on this engine, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's a good engine. I think it's really, really, really responsive. It's not the best sounding engine. I'm not a massive fan of the engine, but I think we can fix that, which I'm sure you know what we're going to do. We're going to fix that. I'll get onto that in a second. Gearbox, unbelievable. 9-speed. They call it the Speed S gearbox. Do you know what? It damn right is Speed S, because it's probably one of the best gearboxes I've ever driven. The changes are more responsive. It lets you downshift when you're in a downshift. The upshifts are crazy. It's just so responsive. Even when you're in comfort, you floor it, it's going. Like, there's none of that delayed stuff. Probably one of the best gearboxes I think personally fit to a car at the moment. And the four-wheel drive system, brilliant. Like, you can't really complain. Who would ever think you can have a two-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive car in a normal road car? Nobody. But Mercedes have done it. And just to confirm, they were the first to do it before anybody starts kicking off on M5 this, M5 that. Mercedes were the first to do it. And the fact that the M5 system is exactly the same as the Mercedes system is not a coincidence. That's all I'm saying. So you guys can kick off and do what you want to do, but I'm just stating the facts. See, I'm not stating my opinion, I'm stating the facts. Right, back to what we were talking about. Yeah, absolute beast. You know what? If you buy one of these, you'll never regret it. You'll love it. It looks amazing, I think. I think the car looks brilliant, honestly. And the interior, forget which other car you're looking at, this is the best interior. Honestly, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if you're BM fan, Audi fan, whatever you want to call it fan. But this is the best interior. The drive position, the seating position, what a car. Honestly, I love this car. Like I said, I've had one before, so I know the car, but I didn't drive it as much. So this one we're going to keep. We're going to see how we get on with it. Like I said, at the moment, it's a daily driver. I don't think I'm going to live with that power much longer. We're going to have to see what the process is. The C63 is coming back next week. So when the C63 comes back, after the Supercharged is done, we'll drive that, we'll see what it's like, we'll see the drivability of it. Drivability is very important, and people don't understand this. They just think it's all about power and horsepower and torque. It's not. It's about how drivable that car is on a road. I know people are going to say, you can't drive 400, 500, 600, 700 horsepower cars to the max. You can. You just need to know where. I'm not telling you where. Obviously, private roads and drag strips, that's something you can research yourself. Yeah, we're going to check the drivability of that. This is going to be a lot much more drivable because it's four-wheel drive. Look, full foot down now. And we're off. Gear. Honestly, it's so responsive, this car. It is ridiculously impressive how good that gearbox is. That is a bloody good gearbox. Yeah, interior best, four-wheel drive system best, gearbox best, engine we can fix. I'm not saying it's not a bad engine, it's a brilliant engine, but I just don't feel like it's a massive improvement, or I don't think it is an improvement at all actually, over the 5.5 bi-turbo. I personally like the 5.5 bi-turbo over this engine. I said it last week when I reviewed the CLS. I think that CLS 63, even though it's less power, weighs very similar. I think it's 100 kilos less. Not got four-wheel drive system, got the old gearbox. In every way, shape or form, this car should be faster. I don't think it's faster. I think 0 to 60 will be faster, but I don't care about 0 to 60 times. I think they're irrelevant. I don't think races start till after 60. No one's gonna have a 3-second race. So 0 to 60 is completely irrelevant. Right, what we're doing to it. We're not gonna do stage 1, we're not gonna do stage 2. I'm not gonna release a video in 2 weeks' time telling you, oh, we're gonna do stage 1 and then we're gonna get bored of it and then go back and do stage 2. We're not rinsing the content. I'm a big believer, if you're gonna do something, do it properly once, instead of dragging it on and dragging it on and dragging it on. I get bored very, very easily, and we're obviously going to use MSL for this, so let's go to town on it. Let's just do it properly. We're not faffing around, doing this, doing that, claiming what numbers we're going to get. We're going to do it properly once, and then just tell you what these cars are capable of. I know there's quite a few different YouTubers out there that have got the same car, and have done a lot to them and whatnot, but we're just going to go the full way. These are the plans. We haven't confirmed it exactly, but this is what I'm thinking in my head right now. I'm going to speak to Acid from MSL, confirm it all, and then get back to you guys to confirm exactly what we're doing. The plan is pure 1000 turbos, hybrid turbos, some sort of induction kit. We need to get into talks about which one's the best one to use. Definitely going to do downpipes. We're going to do CPC, which is a module tune of some sort that takes torque restrictions off and gearbox restrictions off, and the speed limiter restriction that comes off as well. So CPC tune, I'm definitely putting meth on this one. I've not done it on the C63, but I feel like we're going to drag this a lot more, and I feel like we're going to get the use of meth out of it. This is why I'm not sure about intercoolers and cooling, which other cooling systems we're going to use. So I'm going to speak to Acid about that. I don't want to talk about the money, because that bit stresses me out. But we'll see how much it costs. But yeah, we're definitely doing it, regardless. Whether I do it in a month, whether I do it in a week, whether I do it in 3 weeks. Let me get the C63 back. I'm going to pick that up next week. Once I pick that up, I'll have a chat with him, and then what we'll do is, when we go and drop this off, we'll have a chat with him again on video about exactly what we're doing to it. So he'll tell you himself what the plan is and what we're going to do to it. Fuel pumps is a bit of a grey area. I've already spoken to him about fuel pumps. A lot of people are putting fuel pumps on them, but apparently they're not right. They just don't deal with it right. So people are recommending not to put fuel pumps on right now. I'm not sure if they're going to get a more up-to-date fuel pump or a more sort of specialised fuel pump for the power, but currently the fuel pumps that are on offer, apparently they don't have great results. I know people out there claiming over 1,000 brake in one of these from stage 3. I think that's ambitious. I don't think that's the case. I don't think people are getting 1,000 brake out of them. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think realistically you're looking at about 900 horsepower with fuel pumps. 9 to 9, yeah, maybe anything slightly over 9, but I'd say 900 plus, not 1,000 plus, definitely not. You're probably looking in between 850 to 900 brake without the fuel pump, and with the fuel pump you're probably looking 875 to like 925 with fuel pump. But I'm not putting the fuel pump on if it's not right. I'm gonna manage with the extra less 50 horsepower, and then just see what happens. My main issue is I want to know what the cooling system we're using, because like I said, we are going to be dragging it, and we are going to be doing a few drag strip events with this. And I think it'll be interesting to see how this gets on compared to the C63 Supercharged. Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. Let's arrange a drag strip event. CLS 63 versus this factory. So this is stock, that's stock, both stock cars. It'll be interesting to see what the result is. Hopefully next week when the C63 is back, C63 versus this. I know it's going to be a bit of a pointless race, and I do feel like the C63 on paper, it should definitely, in reality, it should even do it more. It should pull away like a train compared to this, because it should be like 750-ish brake, which is 150 horsepower more, 300 kilos lighter. I think it'll be a one-sided race, but we're not doing it for that. We're doing it because it'll be interesting to do a race in between this and a Supercharged C63, and then a Supercharged C63 and a Stage 3 E63S. I think that'll be interesting, so we can see before and after. So this will be 150 horsepower less. We'll see what the pull from the C63 is compared to this, and then the C63 Supercharged will be 150 to 200 horsepower less than this, and it'll be interesting to see if it was just as much of a difference in between both cars. Yeah, I think that'll be a good race. So yeah, let's arrange it. We're going to arrange it in the next couple of videos. I've just decided that now while I'm sat here, so I'm going to work out how to do it, and the best way to do it is, so we're going to get 3-4 different drag races. We'll see how they get on. We're obviously only going to be drag racing to 70 miles an hour for obvious reasons. We're not here to break the law or anything, so we'll do like 30 to 70 and 40 to 70 and see how we get on. Sport Plus. Fucking hell. Yeah, do you know what? I won't be surprised if this is quicker than the CLS63 when you do that, but I don't know. I drove that last week, so it's a bit hard for me to remember exactly how it felt, but back in the cold again. We've gone through everything we're doing to it. We've bought it more so to compare it to the C63 once it's done. I'm hoping it's going to be faster, because on paper it should be, but I want to compare the drivability of it like I spoke about. It's not all about power, it's about the way it puts it down, it's about how drivable the car becomes with that power. It's pointless having an 800 horsepower car when you've got 500 horsepower cars leaving you because they've got the traction off the line. So this is going to help with that. I don't think there's a four-wheel drive system better than this, and we'll see what happens when we give it an extra 300 horsepower or so. Stay tuned. We're going to have an update for the C63 very, very soon. I'm hoping to collect it next week. The car is ready, by the way, so I already know the figures it's made, I already know how it's performed, but I want to wait to pick it up to let you guys know what's what. Comment below if you want to see anything different, or you want us to do an update on a certain vehicle, or an idea what we should do to a certain vehicle. I'm more than happy to see what we can and can't do. Like, subscribe, and carry on following us, and really appreciate it. Thank you very much.